Austin. There we go. Now it's official. Grant never got the chance to see it.
I was
With
going
the
to
new
say that's
intro.
new. That's new for me. If that's not new tonight, I love it. We're official
No,
now.
second time. I need to work on the volume of it for sure. That was much quieter than I thought it would be. But hey, the gang's all here.
We are so back.
Finally. Can't believe you chose
You know,
Florida
it's
over us.
I know it was only 85 and sunny every single day, and I just sat on the beach every day, and but a close second to back-to-back podcast.
You couldn't even finish your sentence without laughing at us.
No,
But man,
hey,
it feels good.
it's,
What's up?
it is. It's good. No, I said
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. I'm happy to be back.
it
It's like
feels good
having
to
a real
have.
Slim Shady back. It's like Eminem back in the house.
Absolutely.
Exactly right.
All right. You guys ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right.
Always.
So, what's going on around the U? I tell you what, once April 26th hits, I don't know if this is going to be a slide for a while. Gonna run out of events going on around here.
You run out of the end of the school year, and there's just not a whole lot cooking. It turns into summer verm. As anybody who's stuck around in Vermilion during the summertime, things cool off a little bit. So that's all right. That's just how it goes.
It's how it goes. But hey, calling all coyotes is quickly approaching. I'm getting pretty pumped about that. We got our tickets secure. We're still trying to convince Austin to make the 7-hour drive.
Worth a shot. We'll see.
You're helping out your roommate, your old roommate. So
I know.
Yeah, I get up here for it, but no, one thing I will say is I was told that if you want to sit at the table with us, just throw in a request as you're going through buying your ticket. Just say you want to sit with Jake or Grant, and they'll do the best to accommodate us on that. But I'm pretty pumped about this. I'm hoping they're there. They've had it every other year, but they've had a box of cigars sitting on the silent auction, and I think I'm going to bring it home this time.
Money's
Say,
not
what else are you
real
gonna
when you
smoke
go to
after a natty?
fundraisers like that. Hey.
What were you saying, Austin?
I mean, money's not real at fundraisers like that. Like, just spend the
No.
money. It's you just make more of it in the future.
Exactly. And I am really hoping that they have they had a Yeti coolers last year, a red one decked out in USD gear. I think those would look pretty good at tailgate.
Oh yeah.
Then also going on the week after Coyote Football Family Day, be sure to actually register for that so your kids can go in it. They do make you fill out a recruiting form, which does make me laugh every single time, especially when one of my daughters is playing fullback and one's playing quarterback. So we'll flip through this.
If you're a college football program and you're not recruiting third grade girls, you're behind. That's the future of athletics here.
Hey, Shamel, women's flag football is on the rise.
Don't count it out.
Yeah, exactly. And they're my kid would definitely take the flag out of flag football. All right. Now, I will say this was a really sweet to see. The Dome, we're 22-3 in the last 3 seasons on our home field. They're really pushing the season tickets now, but I actually wanted to add this note here from our one and only Grant. You want to fill us in on what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, you guys know how I love to bang my fists on the table about how important it is to show up at the Dome and how, Dome field advantage is very real. So, certainly saw the tweet, right? 22-3. And I kind of just sat down and thought to myself, like, what is the last time we've had it like that? It's been a while, right? Transitioning to Division 1 is always a tough transition for anybody. So when I saw that, it just kind of made me think back, and that's where I kind of put together what I would call kind of a mushy post here a little bit, but kind of brought me back to the days of when I was a kid and kind of what made me, fall in love with not only USD football and athletics, but kind of live sports in general. I kind of mentioned it there, right? From 2003 to 2007, 23 consecutive home game wins. It's maybe a little bit more difficult in the Division I with playoffs and things like that. But it just got me thinking back to those times of, man, as a kid, I was like, wow, this is, in my mind, I was like, this is the best team in the country, right? I go to the Dome every Saturday and they just win. And they did that for seasons in a row, right? So
Exactly.
I just thought it was good. It was good to do, and I just kind of put it out there to let folks know, like, hey, don't take this for granted, right? What we're building, what's being put together here, is super special. It doesn't happen a lot, so we've said it before on the show, like, if not now, when, right? Go get your season
Exactly.
tickets, bring your friends, get yourself to the Dome. It's just a hell of a time too, right? I mean, it's just fun. So, hoping that resonated with some folks, and hopefully that we fill up the Dome this year.
I will say, with this, we're definitely not, we're not trying to, the people we're talking to right now about tickets, getting the season tickets, or at least going to the games. We don't have to convince these folks. They're already signing up and probably one of the first few on the tailgate lot ahead of us. So I know it is where it's at, but I can tell you the Dome, it's a blast. It really is. When it's rocking, it is one of the loudest places that I've ever been involved in, just because of how it's all set up.
And also the boom the
Yeah,
Dome
I think
makes,
we've talked about on the show in the past too. Oh, go ahead, Allison. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the times, when I was working with the team and I'm underneath of the Dome in the old coach's office is working. Like, you knew what was happening in the game before, obviously, it happened on the stream because of how loud the boom in that Dome is. Like,
Oh yeah.
that Dome is such a great sound amplifier, and that is part of what makes it just so great.
Oh yeah. The crowd pop is insane there.
Yeah,
We
no, it
haven't had
really
a
is, and I
losing
think
You guys,
Sorry, go
can
ahead.
you not tell that Grant's been off for a while?
Yeah.
I'm
It's just been Jake and
I'm
I
off
going
my
back and
game.
forth.
I'm off my game. No, I was just gonna say, like, the thing that's happened over the last couple of years is maybe some folks that haven't been to a Yoke game in a while, especially if it's like alumni or something. That's the comment I always get, right? They're like, "That was so much fun. Like, Saturday was a blast. Like, I kind of
Mhm.
forgot how much fun it is, to come to a game." And for a while, I mean, we flat out stunk, right? I mean, it's been a while since we've been bad, but it's not fun to watch a team lose. It's a heck of a lot of fun to watch your team go 22-3 in the last 3 seasons.
No, absolutely.
Well, what's crazy is we haven't had a losing record in the Dome. I just was looking at it since 2014. So, like, even in those years that we may not have been as good, we have still been pretty dang good in the Dome.
No, you're 100% right on that. So I think all we need to say now is just get your tickets, grab a seat, and let's have some fun. All right, let's go ahead and keep flipping here. Now, I I absolutely love this. Seeing this coming out from all the ladies on the women's basketball team. Looking like we're having a pretty full team coming back. I've heard of a few maybe jumping in the portal, but as of right now, we're looking really good for next season. Does feel like winning cures a lot.
And in the world of college sports, to have a lot of people coming back and having some
Winning is
continuity
fun.
is huge.
Okay, at this point, I'm thinking Grant's just on a delay. All right, but yeah, no, it's been a blast. We definitely, and then yes, of course, Ray hit it right here on the head. Coach signing a 5-year deal as well through 30-31. That's going to be awesome to have her here. I think it's going to be fantastic. Oh, yep, he's definitely on a delay. That's why he dropped out. So we're going to go ahead and keep rolling through here. I'm liking this trend that we've had. This has been 3 weeks in a row now. We've had at least one commit coming out of high school for the Coyote football team. This one I'm really pumped about. Roman Byers Jr. here out of Kansas City. Kid is phenomenal. I really enjoyed his film. He has a very much hit that cut and go kind of breakaway to him. But then he's got the top end speed to really separate himself from anybody behind him. So, hey, welcome to Coyote Nation, Roman. We're excited to have you. All right. And then last little push here on the Alex's Lemonade Stand. Heads up, Northern State is doing something big on the auction side of things. They got an event going. So I have a feeling their number is going to skyrocket. Ours keeps kind of plugging up slowly but surely here. So keep doing it, keep supporting it, and then don't forget the Lemon Top Challenge as well. And that one team is still in last place, just as a reminder. And then shout out to our sponsors, JJ's Wine, Spirits, and Cigars up here in Sioux Falls. They have the largest selection of premium and super premium wines in South Dakota. Specializes in whiskey, but does have a large selection of all the top spirits. Don't forget to check out JJ's Bars for food and drink. And then don't forget the axe throwing across the parking lot as well. It's a fantastic place to stop, so make sure you stop in. And when you do, tell them Back to Pack sent you. But now it's time for the main event. Welcome in, Jackson.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Excited to be here.
Yes, sir. No, we're excited to have you on. You're closing it out for us. We had the series of the 3 quarterbacks here. It's been a blast to get to know each and every one of you. And I know Coyote Nation's really interested in you just because coming in the spring transfer portal, I'm guessing some questions are definitely going to be popping up.
Awesome. I'm excited. Let's do it.
All right. So, with it, I want to keep it with South Dakota first here and just hit you with the why USD.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a big question. And I mean, it really comes down to just the people here. I mean, I came obviously being in the window in January. We only had 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks. It wasn't a lot. And I actually was in the process of getting an extension waiver. So I really wasn't sure if I was going to get an extra year. And when I got that approved for the petition, I got in contact with Coach V, and I came up here as quick as I could. And I mean, it was love at first sight, just being around all the coaches, the guys. I love Coach V a ton. And I mean, it was just someplace I could see myself playing football and finishing out my career.
All right. Now, you mentioned Coach V a couple times there. What's the past connection with that?
I mean, honestly, there really was no connection. I was lucky enough to actually know somebody who knew our old strength coach, who then kind of put in a good word for me. And that was kind of the connection that was made for me. And then when I came on my visit, Coach V picked me up from the airport. Obviously, he was the quarterback coach at the time, but I mean, we hit it off right away. And I mean, that 1 hour ride from Sioux Falls is, there's not much going on, but we had a really good conversation, and I mean, it was a really good start to the weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's good. I think I like hearing about the South Dakota journey, but I kind of mentioned it to you before we started, right? You're new to Vermilion, new to USD, but you're not new to college football. So maybe take us through a little bit of that, even high school football, right? Kind of maybe talk through high school and how you're, I guess kind of your path to USD, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'm originally from Seattle, Washington. So obviously the Northwest. I, grew up in that area, lived there my whole life, and, played football, baseball, and basketball growing up. I mean, sports was all I really knew. In high school, it was weird because kind of my junior and senior years when we had COVID. So, had a really good season my junior year, and then obviously COVID happened and the world shut down. And so, at that point it was a really weird time for everybody, but I didn't have a great idea of kind of what was going to happen. And at that time I was still, thinking about playing baseball and doing all that kind of stuff. So I actually ended up taking a trip with my mom out to the East Coast to just go see as many schools as I could, just kind of see the campuses. Obviously they're all shut down, but I just kind of wanted to I wanted to see a place before I actually ended up going. I didn't want to do it blindly. And so I ended up actually committing to Dartmouth my junior year. We didn't play my senior year until the spring because everything was still shut down. But I wanted to make sure that, I made a decision before kind of everything ran its course. But, like I said, it's clear across the country in, New Hampshire. I know a lot of people don't know that, Dartmouth is an Ivy League in New Hampshire, but it was really the furthest I could have gone from home. And it was, 6-hour plane ride, you get the time change. It was a lot, and it took me a little bit to kind of get used to, but, then once I got, my feet wet a little bit, I was able to, really make some good friends and obviously have a really good career at Dartmouth. I got my undergrad there I graduated early and got my undergrad in sociology. So obviously, being able to get a degree from an institution like that is pretty awesome. And then, from there, I grad transferred after the 2024 season, and I ended up going to NIU. Obviously, things didn't work out, and some things were out of my control. So I ended up entering the portal and waiting for a petition to be approved for my last year. Kind of had me not sure if I was going to play football my last year, and so I was obviously surrounded by family and able to kind of lean on them. And then when I got that call, I wanted to make sure I made the right decision, and I ended up at USD. So it's been a whirlwind for sure, but I think I'm in the right place.
Absolutely, yeah. It is crazy that literally cross country,
Further
almost straight
you can
across.
go. Yeah.
All right,
guess
and
as
then
go
go ahead, Austin.
No, I guess I'm just kind of curious. You go to Dartmouth, obviously Ivy League football, but you really don't have a senior year. So how is it transition when you're really not playing a lot of football your senior year to all of a sudden junior year to college football immediately? Like, how does that transition work?
Yeah, everybody kind of talks about it all the time, but that transition from high school to college is, very different. Obviously, you're, on your own for the first time, and, it's a lot faster. Everybody was the best player in their high school. And so it was definitely a change, but I think just, trying to take it a day at a time kind of really helped me. But yeah, I think everybody kind of has a little bit of a learning curve. Again, for me, going 6 hours away from home, plane ride was a lot, but I think finding a good group of friends and creating good relationships kind of helped me it helped me get used to kind of being away from home. And, it also helped in the football aspect of things as well.
All right, and then this question is actually popping up here in the chat, and so I want to hit that with you. How has the football talent changed especially between Dartmouth and USD?
It's pretty similar. I think the Ivy League gets a bad rap just because they're a smart institution, and they don't necessarily put all their eggs in the athletic basket. But we had some really good football players over there. Definitely, you get a lot of the farm bred offensive linemen out here, like some really big boys. So there was that difference for sure. But it's very even, and I think the Ivy League is definitely on the up and up. Obviously, you saw Yale and Harvard in the playoff last year, but they're here, especially there's some really good competition. So we're a week or 7 days of practice done already, and so I think we're looking really good so far. So I'm excited where we're headed.
Okay, and then how's it been stepping in, getting to know everybody, and how's it feel through your first 7 days?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Just in terms of and I've hit on relationships a lot, but I think that's big for me too, is just being able to, those are the things that you remember after college is over, your friends, the people who, you create bonds with. And I think that was a big piece for me in terms of making my decision and coming here. But I feel like as a team, we're very close. And again, it's hard to find that in college football nowadays with everybody leaving and coming, and it's hard to kind of create those relationships. And you see it with the best teams. The teams who are the closest and have the best chemistry are the ones that go pretty far. So I think we're really good in that stance. And in terms of the competitive level, it's been really good. We've been competing pretty hard in this spring, and it's what, my fourth spring, maybe fifth. So it's not my first go around, but it's been really good. I'm really happy to see where we're at.
All right. And then actually this question popped up here in the chat for you. But who have you gotten closest to so far?
I'm probably sure they're watching this right now, but Jake Utley and Jake Riggs, they're actually both transfers as well.
Yep.
Over the last couple of months, we've gotten pretty close, which has been awesome. And obviously, my roommates in the Heights, Josh Grant and Sam, awesome dudes. They're also both transfers. So obviously, we're kind of put into place with other transfers because it just makes it a little bit easier. But it's been pretty good. And obviously, the quarterback room, we're pretty close. And I've only been here for 2.5, 3 months, so. I think we've gotten along pretty well. And I mean, I can name a lot of people, but it's just, for being here for 3 months and already having, pretty close friends, it's a pretty cool thing to say.
All right. So you said Josh Grant's your roommate.
Mm-hmm. Him and Sam.
Is there a little rivalry going on there? Is he
for sure.
hunt you down a little in practice?
Yeah, it's fun because we obviously live together, and both of them are on the opposing side of the ball. But yeah, it's good. We'll talk our trash, and then we come home and hang out, play 2K or whatever. But yeah, it's fun. It makes it more enjoyable for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jackson, I've heard you kind of talk about before, and this is before you were going to Northern Illinois, where you've discussed previously about how kind of stepping into that quarterback room, new transfer, kind of one of the older guys in the room, and kind of the leadership skills that you feel like you can bring to the room. What have you learned from that experience in Northern Illinois, and how are you kind of bringing that now into South Dakota?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I think for me again, in this day and age, it's pretty cutthroat, and there's as much as you don't want to say it, but there's a lot of lying and there's a lot of things that you can't control. And I think for me, stepping into like this situation at USD is just being my authentic self, not trying to to do too much, and just be myself, and don't be an advocate for a lot of these guys. Obviously, I'm one of the older guys on the team, and I've been through a lot of stuff, and I played college football and I played significant snaps. So being able to just kind of take a lot of these guys under my wing, and just be a good leader, but just be somebody who they can lean on, whether they are going through something or whatever it may be. But I've been through it. I know exactly what some of them are going through. So just kind of being able to be there for them with with whatever they need.
Mm-hmm.
So then, kind of discussing your last year at Dartmouth primarily, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that the season that you get injured and you miss a few games?
2024, yeah. Yep.
2024.
Yeah.
What kind of lessons do you learn from that, where all of a sudden, you're playing, you get hurt, and then you're back and you're right in the thick of it for a chance at a conference title? I mean, how do you kind of learn with that adversity? And
yeah, you talk about up and down. Like that was the story of that season. And I think just being at Dartmouth, you obviously have the Harvards and the Yales, and you're definitely the underdog every year. And I think we like that. We liked having that chip on our shoulder, and especially for me, and getting hurt, I knew I had a lot left to prove, not just to other people, but kind of to myself. Started out really hot and then get injured against Penn, and then you miss a couple games. And it was more of just me, missing being out there with all my buddies and, just playing football. And so it was hard, but I think just, again, relying on the people around you, and just being an advocate for the guys who are playing. Like, I obviously, couldn't practice to a certain extent. And so, the way for me to lead was to, help the offensive line with their run IDs or whatever it may have been, but being able to do something even though I wasn't able to practice. And I think that was huge for me in terms of my leadership, growth, and just the growth of the team. But, I was able to come back pretty strong. We finished the season off really hot. So, again, you get a lot of ups and downs, and that's the story of life. That's the story of football, but kind of being able to not get too high, not too low.
Yeah.
So you brought up the Penn game, and so I had a chance to review your highlight film. And in that, I believe you had a 75-yarder that was called back, would be my guess. Or one of the Penn games, you had a 75-yard run called back.
Yeah, sophomore, junior year, yeah.
And you've had multiple 75-yard runs, is what it looks like. So how slighted do you feel that in college football 26, they only gave you a 75 overall speed?
I mean, I, I'm glad you said it because I mean I wasn't gonna say it, but it hurt. It hurt a little bit, and it's funny because I mean even with some of the guys on the team during spring ball, I mean looking at me, I mean you would not think that I'm very fast, and a lot of people say I'm sneaky fast. I got really long strides, so it looks like I'm running slow, but I'm moving pretty well. But yeah, there was 70 was a little low for me for sure.
I just want to say, Austin, that was a hell of a pull.
It
for a
was.
I've been
question.
holding that
Wow.
one for an hour.
Research.
That's like next level research department
No,
stuff
it's
there,
level.
Austin. That's
No.
wild. That's
Thrown
wild.
on NCAA 26. Just keep learning,
That's
right?
great.
It was cool being in the game for sure. That was awesome
I was
The
gonna say
back to
that's
pack analytics department we're working overtime right now.
for sure. You got it.
he was actually just
Love
playing
that.
video games. Don't let him fool you.
I got multiple screens. I got you on this screen over here.
He's got the multiple monitors.
Yeah.
All right. So actually, I think that transitions really well. Just kind of based off the stats we saw from Dartmouth and overall. But what do you think that you bring to the game that's a little different than maybe Nevin or Austin?
Yeah, no, that's another good question. For me, obviously, experience. I mean, that's without being said. I mean, I've been in college football for a while, and I've experienced comebacks, overtime, all that kind of stuff. So I think that definitely helps me. Another one is just I think my football IQ in terms of just understanding the scheme and what the defense is trying to do, and when it comes to game day, like I'm just able to kind of go out and be me and play, and that's gives me freedom to just play football, and I think that's a huge key to have. And obviously the third is just I'm able to run and throw and move really well and move in the pocket. I think that's a hard thing to do, and a lot of the offenses now rely on the quarterback run game, and I feel like I've shown that in the past, and I'm able to do that, but I'm also able to move the ball down the field. And so being able to have kind of both of those tandems working together. Obviously, we have a lot of really good playmakers, and getting them the ball, but also getting on the perimeter. It can be scary for sure.
Absolutely. What? So are we gonna see QB option with Key?
For
No,
sure.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure. I'm not going to reveal too much, but yeah, no, it's we got some good stuff coming for sure.
Absolutely.
And it looked like you
I
guys
think,
ran a decent amount of. Go ahead, Grant.
I think I have a controversial question for you, or a potentially
All right.
controversial one.
Okay.
And we're talking about sneaky fast QBs. Are you and Nevin, who's faster?
I don't know. I mean, we don't. The only one who
or to be
wears
determined.
the only one who wears a catapult is Austin. So me and Evan both don't wear one, so we don't really know our true speeds. But I don't know. It's a tough question. I mean, we're in different lift groups. We're never really sprinting at the same time. I mean, confidence wise, I think I'm faster, but I think I can hang with the top on the team. So that's just kind of how I feel. But Nevin can. I mean, all the quarterbacks can move for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have a pretty athletic quarterback room, which is nice to have for sure.
I don't know if you know much about USD prior, but I mean, we call him Mount Rushmore of a quarterback, but Mount Rushmore is also a statue. So
I know we're
No,
gonna go with this. Yeah.
I know Cat Nation's excited to see just a little bit different change. Obviously, Aiden is Aiden, and what he did for us is unbelievable. But we all know just that fluidity that you need in the pocket to avoid the pressure, get those extra couple yards. It seems like that might be on the horizon, just in general, with whoever starts.
Yeah, no, it's and like I said, I mean, I think that the way the game is moving towards now is being able to have a quarterback who can move. People talk about it all the time, having +1 in the run game is huge, especially in the red zone. And so being able to have your running back block for your quarterback is huge, and it gives you more options to do a lot of different things. And I mean, we obviously the offense and the scheme is going to cater around the quarterback. So I mean, Aiden was, from what I've heard, a hell of a quarterback and really smart, and they didn't need his legs. But now we have three quarterbacks who can really move, and so maybe getting the ball on the perimeter a little bit more and giving defenses a little bit more trouble with the box and all that kind of stuff is going to help us in the long run.
Absolutely. And plus make life a little easier for your Jakes too, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, definitely.
So I had a chance to kind of review, going back to your Dartmouth system, you guys ran a decent amount of RPOs, trying to stretch the ball vertically. Where are the similarities and how quickly are you kind of picking up the new offense that we're running at USD?
It very different. I mean, we ran a pro spread kind of at Dartmouth, similar to NIU, obviously all shotgun. I was lucky enough to do a little bit of under center stuff in high school, so I wasn't completely new to me. But obviously here we run more of a pro style, which is a lot on the quarterbacks. But I think in terms of my development and just kind of where I want to get to next, it's really helpful. So it's, and I tell people this, tell people this all the time, but I think this offense is very hard to learn, but easy to master. Like once you get it, a lot of it makes a lot of sense. And I think I'm finally getting to that threshold where I'm not having to, look down at the wristband and make sure I know what everyone's doing. Obviously, some people, I've been here for 2.5 months and I feel like I have a really good grasp on the offense. So, the next 8 practices or however many we have is going to be huge for me, and just in terms of getting better into the flow and the swing of things. But where I'm at right now, I feel really good. So, but in terms of your question, very different from Dartmouth, definitely.
All right. And then, so I do want to take this moment just for everybody that's watching with us live. Feel free to throw any questions you have in the chat as well. This gives you a chance to get to know Jackson a little more. So, yeah, open it up. And then, Grant, I know you're lagging behind with us a little bit. You got anything else that you wanted to ask?
I think I'm up to speed now.
Okay.
I think I'm kind of up to speed now, or it seems to be catching up. But I think we asked this on one of the previous, or not we, but you guys asked us on one of the previous shows. I know it's been a short time of practice and with the guys, but as a quarterback, you see guys on the defensive side of the ball. Is there anybody on the defensive side that you think, boy, that guy is going to give opposing quarterbacks a lot of problems this year? Anyone that you see that has stood up so far that you're going, oh man, that guy's a problem?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our defensive line, I think, is going to be really good this year, which again, very exciting because that makes the back end their jobs a lot easier. Obviously, Chris Dixon, everybody knows Chris, the mayor of Vermilion. My roommate Sam Sam. I mean, he is very. I mean, he plays end for us, and he's done a really good job in spring so far. And it seems like every time I'm in, he's always in the backfield. But like I said, I mean, I think our defense is playing really well, and I mean everybody is doing a really good job. We're rotating a lot of guys. Obviously, it's spring ball, so everybody gets a ton of reps. But yeah, our D line looks really good. So as a whole, but yeah, Sam for sure. I mean, he's that's my roomie.
Got to shout out the roomie, right? No doubt.
For sure.
I did have one other question too, and I think actually somebody's kind of popped up with a similar one. But you talked about ending up at Dartmouth out of high school. But did you have other offers throughout high school, like Big Sky schools, with you being in Seattle, or maybe even some local, Washington type schools that you were considering before Dartmouth, or how did that all play out?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously it's different, circumstance just because of COVID. But I had Eastern in the Big Sky. I was talking to a couple other schools, Idaho, and then a lot of them were on the Northeast in the Patriots. So Holy Cross, Fordham. I had a couple PWOs, but it really wasn't crazy. Then I had a couple T2s to go play baseball. But yeah, when you get a senior year to, just kind of wiped away, it's kind of tough. And, I was banking on having a really good senior year, and, it is what it is, but I ended up right where I wanted to be. And obviously I got a really, good degree out of it as well. But, I'm sure COVID was crazy for everybody. I'm sure you guys completely remember those 2 years. It was wild.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It's been an absolute haze. You come out of it and you go, well,
The
2 years
fever
passed
dream.
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no
know.
kidding.
I know.
All right. I'm not seeing much other questions in the chat, so we'll go ahead and just switch it over to Jackson, more as a person than a player. So what are some your activities that you like to get involved with outside of football?
Yeah, I like to be outside. I think just being in nature. Love going for hikes, walk. I think Clay County Park, where they have docks. I've done the walk out there a couple times. Really beautiful in the water. Love to cook. I actually just last year recently went out to Italy with my family and got all the Italian cuisine. So I love to remake all those meals and all that kind of stuff. And I love to travel, love the beach. But like I said, just kind of being outside, fishing. So a lot of fishing this summer and hopefully kayaking on the river. So,
Okay.
but yeah, like I said, just being outside. I think that's where I'm best at.
All right.
Jake's ears just perked up. I just saw it in
Let's go
live.
fishing. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's back to back now. You and Austin both, and I've gotten a few DMs from a few others when
Get a
I
little group
post
chat
fishing.
going. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
No, for the most part, Vermilion has a nice little. I mean, nothing crazy, but it has a nice outdoor area. It seems like there's a
Yeah,
lot of
for sure.
opportunity to get out and about.
Yeah, no, and I think like again, going back, Dartmouth was in the middle of nowhere, and so you kind of had to find things to keep you busy. And I mean, we were on the Connecticut River over there as well. But yeah, the fishing is awesome, especially in the summer. It's warm out. You just go and get done with a workout. You just kind of want to be outside with all your homies, and what? Not a better way to go fishing, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, and
All
if
right.
you're into hiking, I mean, we've got
Yeah, what you
Spirit
got?
Mound. Spirit
Okay.
Mound north of Vermilion. That's the closest thing you're going to see to a mountain in South Dakota. So
What
don't
is
spoil the
There you go, Wes.
surprise.
is it a couple
Just head
stairs?
north.
I feel like it's so flat out here.
Oh, it's a big deal for South Dakota. So
Okay.
just head north on Highway 19. You'll see Spirit
Okay.
Mound.
Okay. It'll be just a couple hills?
It is.
Yeah.
It's just a big hill right in the middle of all the flat. It's really
Yeah,
weird
I'll check it
actually,
out.
but
I'll check it out.
you can climb to you can walk to the top there. So that's my hiking
you can
guide
actually-
for South Dakota, and that's where it ends.
All right.
You can see pretty much
Hey,
all the way
hey,
across South
I'm
Dakota.
game for anything. I'm game for anything.
It's got a Wikipedia page. It's a big deal.
Gotta check it out.
All right. So I think this is the time to ask the question we ask all guests. Now, you've only been here for a short amount of time, but do you have a go-to restaurant yet in Vermilion?
Okay, I mean, I feel like everybody's gonna say Mamacita's. I feel like I definitely know Austin said Mamacita's. I'm sure he did. We've done a couple QB dinners there, but honestly, for me, it's not a restaurant, but Mr. Smith's. I mean,
Yeah.
talk
Oh, that's
about
cool. Oh,
some
yeah.
really good sandwiches. I mean, I go there once or twice a week, but I mean, and who Sam, my roommate, told me about it, and it's in Ace Hardware. You wouldn't think it's any good, but they have good sandwiches. I love it.
It is top notch. And I will let you know, Austin did not say Mamacita's actually.
What
He
did he
did
say?
mention the quarterback meals there, but what's the place in the old Pizza Hut, Austin?
Bayuca.
Fayuca.
Ooh, tacos. Yeah. El Nepal's pretty good too. I went there last week.
Okay.
El Nepal's
Yeah, see,
solid.
it's changed up quite a bit since I was there, but I don't want to talk about how long ago that was.
Well, what about you guys? What are your favorite spots?
I mean, my go-to is Silk Road down on Main Street.
Silk Road. What kind of food is it?
It's Chinese, Asian cuisine.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
sounds
I mean,
good.
if you get just the fried rice, get the Korean fried rice with steak and shrimp,
Done deal.
top notch.
Done deal. I'm a foodie.
That's my
I mean,
go-to as
you
well.
give me
That's
restaurants,
my
I'll go
go-to
there.
as well.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll go check it out.
Silk Road's definitely the top for me. I still haven't found a place in Sioux Falls that has as good a Asian food as Silk Road. So
Okay.
That's a
What
spot.
about you,
How-
Austin?
Low key, one of my favorites. I'll say Leo's or Bunyan's are probably my two favorite. But Charbar had or still has pizza like 2 days a week, and that was actually pretty good.
Interesting. Hmm. Interesting take.
from downtown.
Yeah,
From
for
downtown.
never wanting to go in a char bar on the weekend, the pizza was not bad.
No,
Just
that
get
I
out of there
mean,
before 8:30.
OLC has some pretty good pizza too. I've gone there with the lineman a couple times, but they have some solid pizza as well.
All right, and then actually this question's popping up. How does it compare to New Hampshire for dining?
I mean, I'd say it's pretty even. We had no fast food, so we had a bunch of mom and pop restaurants, which I really liked.
Ooh, yes.
In the terms of that, I would say that was better, but there's just more options out here.
Okay.
But if I can, I'd go up to Sioux Falls and get some food up there. But yeah, there's some good options. I haven't been to Cafe Brulee. I believe that's what it's called. Or they have good breakfast, but still got some runs I got to make. So
Have you
Absolutely.
had Casey's breakfast pizza yet?
I haven't. I didn't know they had breakfast pizza. Yeah.
That's a must. Before you
Okay.
leave South Dakota, you have to
Okay.
have Casey's breakfast
Okay.
pizza.
Okay.
Mhm.
What do they put on it?
Either bacon or sausage.
Ooh, okay.
It's
I'm
with
down.
like egg, and it's phenomenal.
Egg, gravy. I think it's a whole deal. It is. That's a
Jeez,
good call,
okay.
Austin. That's like a Midwest delicacy.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good.
And instead of sauce, it's like a nacho cheese. So
Jeez, you guys are gonna make me miss weight. Gosh.
potentially.
And I think like Dave Portnoy rated it like a 4.0 on his
Oh,
pizza scale.
did he
and
really?
Midwest revolted against him. Like the whole
Yeah, he's
Midwest.
not
that they
allowed in
hated
Iowa
him.
anymore.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. You can't do Vermilion pizza like that. Come on.
Yeah.
He just
All right.
he just knew it was a gas. He said gas station pizza. He already had it. He already had it out for it. Getting pizza at a gas station.
Yeah, dude, he's brutal with some of those pizza reviews.
Absolutely. All right. So, I unless there's any other questions coming in here, what I think we can do best here for you, Jackson, if you'd like, we'll give you the floor just to give a chance to shout out to Coyote Nation. If you have anything you want to say to them.
Yeah, Yotes, what's up? I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, appreciate all your support. We're gonna do everything we can to bring Vermilion a national championship. So we're excited for this next upcoming season. Let's do it. Go Yotes.
Perfect. It's a great way to end it. Go
Yes, sir.
Yotes.
Yeah, thank you guys.